Last week on my WPL build, I built the axles, front and the rear axles. Week prior to that, did a little work on the frame rails. This week, I'm going to dig into this parts bag and work on the shocks. So give me just a minute, get these parts pulled out. Okay, got all the parts separated for the shocks. There's a piston rod in, your shock body, the piston, spring, and a cap for the shock. Now I've seen some places where people take an old ink pen such as this one and they'll use the spring out of it instead of the stock springs. Haven't done a whole lot of research on why, but looking at this one versus the stock springs, it's about an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch shorter in length. Now, as far as the springiness, they feel about the same springiness. So if I decide to keep these shocks, I think I'm going to use the pin cap, the pin springs, just so I can keep my center of gravity down, or lower the truck down just that much to keep the center of gravity down. Maybe it'll give me a little performance mod, maybe it won't. Only time will tell. I may not even keep these shocks. We'll see. So let's get started. Now if you look, your piston has a Phillips head, and that will help when threading the shock on, your shock loop or whatever they say it is. I'm gonna go back to this set of screwdrivers here that gave me problems. That may be long enough to get in there. I did find some better screwdrivers because those other ones were giving me fits. So let's see. Yep. Actually, this is not a bad idea what they did, because building 1/10 scale shocks can be a pain sometimes. You gotta get sometimes the pliers, you don't want to scar the shafts up, so on. So this might not be a bad idea after all with that screwdriver fitting there on the piston. Okay, got the spring in, and on your shock body there's 2 tabs, and they're going to correlate to the holes in that piece, your cap, and just snaps in place. Not bad, not so hard. So let me get these other 3 built, and we'll see about getting them on the frame. Okay, got all those done. And now I'm going to grab the frame rails here. And let's see about putting these on here. Yeah, a piece is going to go through your frame rail. And I'm going to set it like that. Get the back one with the front one. Set it on there. Now I'm guessing it's these small screws. It doesn't say in the instruction manual. It's very unclear about them. I got 4 screws there. And let's see if this works. These holes are way better than the holes that were in the axle pieces. Those screws went right in. No problems whatsoever. You can get it started with this smaller screwdriver. Then you can put a little more torque on this better screwdriver here. All right, just got both them on, and give me just a minute. I'll get the ones on the other frame rail here. All right, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Yeah, less than 5 minutes. Put all 4 shocks on, screwing the frame. Excuse me. So I'm gonna get a little bit further. I wasn't planning on doing this far today, but let's see how we get. So I got the grille, the front bumper, rear cross brace, the box that holds your servo. Got my servo. I have another one, a better servo than this, but I'm gonna use this one just for now, just to get the truck running. And like I said, I'll replace it here once I get it put together. I believe I got one in my parts box. Now, one thing I did notice on this tray that holds your servo in, it does not have a way to actually attach the servo. So when looking at it, after I pick it up, your output is going to go in line with the hole. And on the tray here is a notch that your tab is going to attach to, actually snap in place. It's like almost like a press fit. If I can get it lined up. Yep. And it just presses in place. It's not the best option, but it'll work. Let's see. Now your grille and your bumper. Got 2 tabs here that match up with the 2 tabs here on the front grille. And they just snap in place like so. The part that has your 3 holes in the frame rails, that is the rear part of your truck. This is the front. So, your cross brace has 3 holes in it. They're going to match up. Your middle one actually has like a little stub piece to help you get lined up. And got my favorite #1 screws here. Got my screwdriver. Right there in front of me. So go ahead and set a screw in there. Get it started. Now it shows on your directions the hollow part's going to face up. I guess that's so it doesn't get caught up on anything driving around with it. Alright, got the cross brace attached to one side of the frame rails. It's got 3 holes. The outside holes get your screws. When you put it together, make sure your shocks are on the outside of the frame rails. When I put it together here just a second ago, I wasn't paying attention. And guess what? I put it on the wrong side. Learning curve, people. All I gotta do is pay attention, but see if I can get this other side put on. Okay. Got the cross brace put in. Little screws give me problems. My fingers can't grip them very well or something. I don't know. Anyways, when putting your servo tray in, the servo output faces towards the front of the truck. You have 2 screw holes on each side, which will match up with 2 screw holes in the front and rear of your shocks. Set in like so and like so. Now if you had a clamp, it'd be a good idea to go ahead and get it. You could clamp this together a little bit. It would help hold it together while you get the screws set. Get everything lined up. Get your screw ready. And tighten it down. I'll flip it over. Get this other front screw put in. Then it'll hold the frame together. Won't have to worry about it coming apart on me. It's kind of weird is some of these parts the screws go right into, no problem. Like these right here. I mean, there's no problem getting them started. No problem whatsoever. And you have some that gives you problems. It's just kind of odd to me. But like I said before, you gotta remember this is a $35 RC truck, not a $450 RC truck. All right, got the servo tray installed. 4 screws, simple process. And let's see, we're going to put the grill in now. Grill is going to attach from the bottom. And line up with those 2 holes right there. Get it started a little bit. Get another screw here. Now this one's going to be hard, give me problems I can tell already because the plastic's not drilled out all the way on the grill mount, the grill part here. I may have to put the drill to it. Yep. So give me just a second to drill this out. Alright, got it drilled out. Just a little bit extra leftover plastic that didn't get cleaned away. Wasn't no problem. 5/64 drill bit's all I used. Probably could have cleaned it out with a razor knife or an X-Acto knife. It wasn't all that bad. There we go. Starting to look more and more like an RC truck. Okay, now I'm going to put on the steering cover, or steering tray cover. Now it looks like the 3 posts in the steering tray should line up with the 3 holes on here. Or actually the 2 holes, this one and this one we're going to line up. So when you're putting your tray on top, the post actually sits inside of a recess on the bottom of this tray. So don't try to put your screw in first, thinking you're going to be able to line it up, because that screw is actually going to stop the bottom post of the steering tray from coming through. Once you get that post on there, put your screw in it. And it should be already lined up. And tighten it down a little bit. Don't over tighten them. Don't want to strip anything out. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this week. I got some ideas on what I'm going to do next week. It depends on the weather. If the weather acts right, I'll be doing some painting. Some outdoor painting on it. If the weather doesn't act right, I'll be working on the links. Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep the factory links right now, but in the long run, I'm going to make my own metal links for it. It's a whole lot sturdier, more stable. But only time will tell. I have the material to do it. Just gotta see if I got the actual time to do it. But anyways, this all wasn't too bad. I mean, it took me maybe half an hour or so to get all this done. and it's a learning curve. Once I can do more of this or do this again, it'll go through as a breeze. The one of the reasons I'm doing this video series is anybody that's looking at building one of these, you can learn from my mistakes and learn from my successes. Like when I put the cross brace on here, I put the cross brace on the first time. I put it on the outside of the frame rail, looking right at it, didn't even realize I had the instructions right next to me, and just missed it. So, you know, like I said, just learning curve, and hopefully this series will help you out, give you some ideas, maybe lessen your learning curve on if you ever decide to put one of these together. But anyways, I'll see y'all next week, and like I said, I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. Only the time and weather will tell. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.